Hey y'all, welcome to Reviews and Recaps. Stormy's lies are being exposed and I want to get into it today. I feel like I've seen so many people on social media bigging up Stormy for leaving Love and Marriage Huntsville. And yes, I understand her leaving the show. You should always do what is best for you and your business. However, I feel like her talking about the case with Miss Black Titanic and saying things that are lies is not fair and needs to be corrected, in my opinion. Now, everything I will be saying in this video is alleged, in my opinion, only for entertainment purposes and for the purposes of critique. So let's get into it. But before that, make sure you hit that like button or dislike button, whichever one you do, I don't really care. But it helps with the algorithm and helps put this video out there. Even if you're not my audience, your friend may be my audience. Also, don't forget to share as well. Now, let's talk about it. Miss Black Titanic addressed the lawsuit she had against Stormy. Now, where I watched this was Show Style and Spirit, but she was referring to a video that Miss Black Titanic did. So let's talk about it. Shout out to both of them. Now, Stormy went over to her page on Instagram and was giving us the news of her case. She basically said that the case was dismissed. She gave us a whole speech about your greatest setup is your greatest come up. Light always wins and all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't disagree with what she's saying, but if you say case was dismissed, and when in fact the case was not dismissed, but the lawsuit was dropped, you know exactly what you're doing and you are perpetuating a lie and it needs to be clarified. To say, why not just clarify that the lawsuit against her was dropped? Why did you have to say case dismissed? Case dismissed sounds like, wow, there wasn't enough evidence, so they had to dismiss it. That is what that sounds like. And that is disingenuous, considering that is not what Miss Black Titanic is alleging. Apparently, Miss Black Titanic and her friend Shay lost loved ones. They were both stressed about it, and Miss Black Titanic could not focus on the lawsuit against Stormy. Apparently, she missed a call from the prosecution in relation to the case. Allegedly. And we're so sorry for their losses. It is understandable that someone going through what they are going through is not going to want to pursue a lawsuit. But for you to now act like it was dismissed, knowing fully well that it wasn't, that is crazy to me. And that is very bold. Do you think that Miss Black Titanic is not at some point going to come up and say something else? Or are you counting on the fact that you've done it on television to go out with a bang and that people are not going to know that you are lying? The people on the TV screens may not know that you are lying, but the people in the YouTube street know that you are lying. Well, at least now they know. She also clarified that even the judge was like, it's not like you can always circle back if you wanted to. So the way Stormy is making it seem like it was done, is done and dusted with prejudice and can never come back. I know she didn't use those words, but she's insinuating that it's dismissed, it's gone forever, right? When in reality, it could circle back if Miss Black Titanic wanted to take it there. There's this meme that is like, why are you always lying? Stop effing lying. That is exactly what I want to sing for her right now. Because I'm just like, why are you lying? Why is this agenda against the millimeters so strong that you're willing to come on reality TV show and push an agenda about someone that has not called themselves a millimeter? And you want Mel to denounce their actions when you chose to speak to an elderly person in that manner. Miss Black Titanic said something, and I agree with her. I feel like when she went live, Stormy, I feel like she thought she was out here trying to expose millimeters and make them and, sort of push this agenda about the millimeters. And she probably thought it would work against Melody and the millimeters, but instead it ended up backfiring and working against her because she almost caught a charge behind it. Imagine that. Apparently, also, Stormy sells products out of her warehouse, according to Miss Black Titanic. That is very interesting if that is true. Now, I have no way of verifying that. You all know I don't live in Huntsville. But I do think that it is a very interesting thing if that is true. Imagine that that was true and you ended up dogging this woman that came there to buy products from you. Do you know how horrible that is? To be out here pretending that someone came to cause problems when they came to buy products, if you truly sell products out of your warehouse, that is wild. And I feel like that needs to be clarified, that needs to be like popularized if it's really true. Now, for those of you who live in Huntsville, now I'm not telling you to go over there and go look. I did not ask y'all to do that. I'm just asking, do you guys know if that is true? Have you guys heard this before, or is this the first time you guys are hearing of it? Because this is the first time I'm hearing that Stormy sells products allegedly out of her warehouse. Miss Black Titanic also called out Carlos King and said that she was used for a storyline. I will say it is giving very much that the mellometers were being used for storyline completely, and that Stormy used the incident that happened to her as a way to perpetuate bullying and harassment, in my opinion, against Melody Cherie. Just seems like another way to harass this woman. It's like, when will it stop? You guys have been harassing her, in my opinion, since season 1. When will it stop? Will it ever stop? I also feel like the way everything is being drawn out, like we'll talk about what Carlos said on Messy Mondays in a different video. But if I have to like think about some of the things that he was saying, it's almost giving the impression that they are really trying to find a way to come for the mellometers at all cost for the purpose of a storyline. And I won't be surprised if they try to bring Stormy back anytime soon. Let's not forget, we thought Destiny was gone for good and we are never going to see Destiny back on the screens. However, Destiny came back a few seasons later. So even though Stormy is talking about leaving and stuff, I don't necessarily know whether it is gone forever, because Carlos seems hella pressed about the fact that Stormy is leaving the show. It also made me think back to, was Tiffany leaving the show also a plot? Because at this point, I don't know what is true and what is false anymore on the show, and what is concocted by Carlos on production, in my opinion. Because if you think about it, Tiffany leaving the show, we thought it was about postpartum depression and everything she had going on. But it was made to seem by Carlos King that it is more about the fans. Now, he didn't call them the mellometers, but we know exactly what he's talking about because the whole season has been about the mellometers. It almost feels like, are they trying to concoct a case for why Melody should not be on the show? Now, I know Miss Black Titanic said she felt that they are probably trying to use it as an opportunity to bring a lawsuit against Mel. What do you guys think about that? I personally do not think that it's because they're trying to bring a lawsuit against Mel. I actually think that they are trying to use the opportunity to push Mel out of the show. I feel like for some reason, Carlos does not like Mel. He acts like he's pressed about Mel, and I don't know the reason for that. But whatever that is, I feel like he is using that. I'm putting batteries in the backs of these people to come for Mel. This is my opinion. I do also feel that Carlos did not like being called out by Melody for the sort of harassment that she has faced and the difficulties she had faced filming the show by having Martell there. I think he felt blindsided by that. He thought that they could always still play like friends and kiki, but she wanted to talk about something deep, and he did not like that. I think because all of the things that he was doing, Melody did not publicly call him out on it, so he could feign or fake ignorance. I feel like now that he is being called out on it, it is obvious, and let's be honest, the chat ain't playing when it comes to Carlos. Everyone has seen Carlos for what or who he is when it comes to Melody Cherie, and people are speaking out. I don't think Carlos minds a little chatter in the chat or comments, but I think when something is now brought up on a public platform that means he feels like he needs to address it, and he felt blindsided. And I think since then, he has publicly turned on Melody, even though he tries to act like he hasn't. Now, we'll talk about it properly in the next video I'm going to be doing on Carlos, but I wanted to share a little bit about that and Stormy's lies in relation to Miss Black Titanic's lawsuit against her. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the chat. Talk to you later. Bye.